Hey everybody, I am sitting here by Brisbane terminal ferry wharf thingy. I literally just came from Tenerife, which is just across one ferry stop, and I just came back and I thought this is a great area to do a video. That's what I thought to myself. And then it got so hot, I literally had to strip down. If you have seen my post earlier today, I started writing a 1,000 word blog article type thing, but on Facebook, right? And then I was in the cafe doing that, and then all of a sudden my computer just shut down and my whole post was gone, and it was literally around 1,000 words. I don't know what happened, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe I was meant to tell this life to my people, so here I am telling it to you live. I wanted to do a little bit of a discussion video and a little bit of my story, I suppose, as well. What does it mean to be a boss? I have some clients who kind of gave me the idea today because they use that word a lot, and I thought to myself, what does it really mean to be a boss? I think the word boss has a lot of negative connotation. At least it used to have that. I remember when I worked for people, or even the people I coach that used to work 9-to-5 job every single day, they were employed by a boss, they had a negative connotation just because your boss used to be that, rude person that treated the employees like employees, right? I mean, today it is very different. It's all about working together and everything like that. But I mean, talk 20 years ago, a boss was really someone that you didn't really look up to, even though you had to, because they were paying your wage, basically. They were a little bit nasty sometimes. They told you exactly what you needed to do every day, and you just didn't feel like showing up at all. So that was the kind of negative connotation. But I think today, and especially for me in this day and age, being a boss is actually about empowerment, and it is about showing up every day as your true authentic self and doing what is required to get on in life and succeed, and also help others to do the same. Being a boss doesn't mean that you're standoffish and you're alone. I think being a boss really means to open up your arms and take in all of those people that want to learn from you, and you want to make people better, right? I think that is what it's all about, trying to serve people to make them better and help them achieve their own dreams. This is what I feel I want to do, or I am already doing for the last few years. So it definitely doesn't really, for me, have this negative connotation. But I wanted to tell you a little bit of a story also about another word that is very similar to the word boss, I suppose, and how it is perceived. So I have a coach. I actually have quite a few coaches. I like to have different business coaches just because I think you just learn so many different things from different people. Even though they're teaching the same stuff, the way they are teaching is very, very different. I have one that is very much into systems and processes, and everything is like a step-by-step. Then I have a coach who is all about mindset, journaling, and becoming your true authentic self, which I am talking about basically now. And I have a coach who I've been with for almost 2 years. And when I met him, he's a 9-figure business coach. So he's almost a billionaire. I can't even, those numbers, they're crazy, right? So I go to those high-level retreats with this business coach. And those high-level retreats, they are so much fun because I feel like I am, with lots of other entrepreneurs that feel exactly the way I feel. Now, this business coach, when I first met him, and that was about 1.5 years ago, I went to one of those retreats, and people know that this business coach gives people, his students, and he's got tens of thousands of students worldwide, he gives everyone that he kind of likes a nickname. Now, I didn't have a nickname at that stage, but after the last day of the retreat, he just started calling me Man Eater. Now, little Julia, back then, 1.5 years ago, thought to herself, hang on, I'm not a man eater. Now, let me explain. I always like to hang out with men a lot more than I like to hang out with women. And it's always been that way. And that's because I like no bullshit. So I like it there to be absolutely no bullshit. I like people who are straightforward. I like that I know what I'm getting. And so from a very, very young age on, I always hung out with the boys. I was like one of the boys. Sure, there was a bit of flirting going on here and there as I got older, but I just prefer men. Still to this day, I prefer men over women. Of course, I have my circle of women that I do like and trust, but there's a lot more men if I go to those masterminds that I like to hang out with than there is women, because they are action takers. And also, I think women always have a second agenda, right? When you're talking to someone, they look at you that way and they decide whether they like you or they don't like you. They look at your clothes, they look at your hair, they look at how you talk to them. And a lot of the time, especially in the niche or the industry that I'm in as well, not the coaching industry, but the beauty industry, because I do a lot of that as well, there's a lot of women who are very, very two-faced, and they're nice to your face, but then you know they're just nice because they want to save face, right? And they talk behind your back about you. And if a man doesn't like you, they don't do that. They just don't talk to you, right? So this is why I like men a lot more than women, usually hanging out with. So in these groups of the masterminds, I always hang out with the guys. Yeah, I go out for lunch with them, I hang out with a whole group, and with the women I talk to, but I don't click as well. So I thought in that situation when my coach gave me this man eater, the name Man Eater, I thought that he gave that to me because he thought I was flirting with everybody. I mean, I've been married for almost 10 years. I don't do that. That's just not me. But I just like to hang out with men because I learn a lot more, because there's no bullshit. There's no bullshit zone, right? So that's what I prefer. And so I took it the wrong way. So I was a little bit pissed off at my coach, and I told him, you can't call me man eater. That's like, it's almost like sexual harassment. It's not really, but yeah, that's what I felt like. I was like put into this position of being this female entrepreneur that just, I don't know, tried to flirt with all the men. Now, he explained himself very, very quickly, because the way that he gave me this nickname had nothing to do with it. It was the opposite. It was actually being a boss. Yeah? So this is what I'm talking about now. Being this boss in my business, in my life, and not being afraid of doing what is required to get ahead. Yeah. But of course, I always do this one from a place of love and from a place of wanting to help people. Yeah. But I am a powerful woman. I have always been like that, and that's what he meant with man eater. Like, I don't care about what other people think, of course, unless they are my students or my clients, I do, but I don't care what my competition thinks or what they do. I just do what is required. I do the work, I'm a doer, I take the action, right? And this is exactly what I meant. And I think being a man eater and being a boss are two very, very similar things. And I just hope that so many more women, especially women in the industry as coaches, consultants, professional services, in the beauty industry, whatever you're doing, I just wish that so many more women would take the stand and say, yes, I'm fucking awesome. I am the boss. I am the real deal. And I do whatever it takes to succeed. And I don't care about all the little BS that goes on in the background. That is basically the whole topic of this post that I wanted to share with you all. Be a boss, be a man eater, and go get them. But make sure it always comes from a place of love and wanting to serve others. I hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget, business is simple. Don't overcomplicate it. If you want to get in contact with me for anything in regards to coaching, if you need maybe a helping hand in your business, make sure you message. That's it. That's me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.